Life can feel a bit like a volcano. Most of the time, quiet, dormant, and mundane. Then there's moments where life erupts and breaks that pattern.
This is volcano Acatenango in Guatemala, a 13,000-foot dormant volcano right next to the active volcano Fuego. Thousands of people each year come to Guatemala to add this crazy experience to their life storybook. After 60 countries, we believe it's one of the most extraordinary adventures in the world. It's cold and windy right now. We're still in the dark. End is not in sight, it just looks up and up. But the reward of the summit does not come without some struggles. We made it, babe.
Yeah.
I know that was hard. We believe it's one of the most extraordinary adventures you can go on, especially if you're limited on vacation time.
So today, we're going to trek up this 13,000-foot volcano, sleep on the ridge above the clouds, and wake up to a breathtaking view of the earth below us.
Hopefully, we'll inspire you to do it yourself in the future, whether it's a solo trip or with your loved ones. All right, it's a beautiful Saturday morning, 6:30 a.m. We are outside Huicho and Charlie's tour office with everyone that is coming on the volcano hike. So we are greeted with these, I guess, shots made from beets?
Beet energy shots.
Right.
Oh, it's so good.
Wow. The first thing on our to-do list is to take out everything we need for the next 24 hours and repack it in hiking backpacks. And you can rent anything else you need for a small additional fee. I think I should have come get the jackets first. Everything that's left is for kids or for women. Excited to go?
I'm a little worried.
About what?
That it's going to be like Stairmaster 10.0 and The Wrath of Montanui all combined.
I didn't know it at the time, but at that very moment, Sharon was actually reading a crystal ball of the near future. And we're off to a steep start. So, Sharon has never been past 9,000 feet elevation, and that was in Banff in Canada. Today, she's going to get to 13,000, which is a record. Water is scarce on the mountain. Have to pack it all in. I'm hiking in my old Nike running shoes. Don't have anything better. You don't have to have fancy hiking shoes for this. Welcome back. Hi, baby. We could be enjoying a beautiful view right over there, but it's cloudy, misty, slightly rainy. But I think the sun will be coming out later. We just passed a group that said their entire experience was cloudy at the summit, so hopefully we have better luck. All right, made it to the second break point. There's 8 breaks total. You may be wondering who these dogs belong to. They actually have no owner and live in the mountains. They follow trekkers up the volcano every day because they know they'll get fed very well with their leftovers. I'm glad that everyone is going at a very slow pace because as you can see, it's super steep. Still can't see much. Super foggy and misty. I'm just glad it's not raining harder. Hopefully the sun comes out. Excuse me, can you walk any faster? You're holding up the line. Sweating like a dog. Legs are burning. How's it going?
Oxygen.
Starting to slip and slide a little bit in my Nike running shoes. We're okay, just gotta take it slow. So it looks like you can get some snacks and some drinks here if you wanted to. So currently it's been 4 hours into the hike. Still relentless hills, no views.
No flat, no downhill.
We're hungry. We made a terrible mistake. We forgot snacks. We didn't bring any
Oh, banana?
mix.
No?
No, I don't have no banana.
Well, it'd be smushed.
All we have is lunch, which I think is the next stop, but they had free trail mix for us to take. For some reason, I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't take any. I'm starting to get a little delirious. I need some food. Oh, ears just popped.
Is this it? Could it be?
I think we're here at lunch now.
Where's our group?
Flat spot, finally. Oh, my legs are
see our
burning. We're about over 11,000 feet elevation right now. So naturally, being up this high is gonna make it harder to exercise and climb, obviously. And but we're here now, so let's get some food. I'm starving. All right, for lunch we're having some pasta with beans and garbanzo with chipotle dressing.
They also had a vinaigrette dressing, but I'm glad you got this one.
I'm getting all the calories I can get
Yeah,
today.
me too.
I am not holding back on this dressing. Needs a little salt. I don't even care that it's raining and misty all around us. I'm just so hungry. I don't even care this food is cold. It's so good. Yeah. My hands are freezing.
Yeah, my pockets are helping a little.
Where did you put our gloves?
In the big, well, you put them in the big one.
Dang it. We are ill prepared.
Do you have cash? I just need a Snickers.
You stole one?
No, I need one.
All right, I guess we're gonna get a Snickers bar.
I'm not splitting it with you.
You're not?
Oh, you want one?
I was just gonna have a little bit of yours.
Okay, that's fine. A little bit is fine.
Okay.
This is not my
You have change?
favorite bar, but I don't care right now. It's frozen. Oh, caramel, lovely.
I don't like dairy, but I'll eat this right now.
It's so hard.
Yeah, but supposedly it's gonna get better from here, which I think they placed the lunch spot strategically so you're not like pounding a 40-foot incline or 40-degree incline right after you eat. So we shall see. Will God give us the blessing of the sun coming out and the clouds moving away? I don't know. We shall see. So far, so good.
I'm still out of breath.
It's way less incline, so I think they weren't kidding. As we were struggling along, one of our guides caught up to us, and Sharon struck up a conversation with him.
¿Cuántas veces has subido al volcán? I can't remember.
We weren't able to put a mic on him in time, but he told us about his simple life here in Guatemala, and how tourism to the volcano really boosted the local economy and helped his family live a better life financially. He told us that in the late 1900s, this volcano we're hiking on erupted so hard it eventually raised the trail by around 4 feet. But don't worry, this is now a dormant volcano. So let me throw a wrench into this story. In the beginning, the tour graciously offered to drive everyone's big bags up the volcano, and we only had to carry our day packs. Well, they actually only bring it 80% of the way, and you have to carry it the last 20%.
This is a nice part to rest, but the bad news is this is where we pick up our big bags to carry for ourselves.
How much farther do we have to go?
They said the last part is 45 minutes carrying all your stuff.
I'm just gonna pay someone 100 quetzals to take it for us.
No, you're not.
I don't need to do this. Like, I have nothing to prove. Like, I could do it,
When I don't laugh, I could do it.
but I don't want to do it. So apparently we overpacked and our bags were over the 25-pound limit, so we had to pay an extra 50 quetzals.
150. Because it's too heavy.
My head's pounding a little. We just arrived at the entrance of Acatenango National Park. My feet are hurting, my calves are burning, my quads are burning, and slight headache, and still no views. Alright guys, I'm not doing so well. I'm gonna put down the camera and just focus on one step at a time. So, I'll see you up there when we arrive at base camp. So Dad, I'm just gonna chill here a little bit and hopefully the sun comes out soon. As we took a little nap, God sent away the rainy clouds and gave us our first sight of Volcano Fuego. At this point, you can stay back and relax, or you have the option to go for another 30-minute hike to see the sunset. We both were so tired we decided to stay back and enjoy the views from the base camp. How do you feel right now?
I feel like I'm starting to feel like myself again.
Really? Yeah, the altitude sickness here is getting to me a little. I had to take an ibuprofen earlier. We decided to put down our cameras for the rest of the evening to relax, hang out with some of the other hikers that we met, and just live in the moment. We have an early morning tomorrow where we will push for the summit for sunrise. How do you feel?
I'm tired and I don't really want to be doing this. Hopefully it'll be worth it when I get there.
The weather is clear now.
Cooler?
It's clear.
Yes, still cold.
You can't see it very well, but the volcano is right there. You feeling nauseated?
No. But like I'm dying of cold and sweating at the same time. And my legs aren't working. My body's not working. Between the high altitude, cold temperatures, and the dark early morning, I hit an all-time low.
It's the altitude. You've never been this high. I mean, we're almost 13,000 feet.
Yeah. Like nobody else is struggling.
There are people struggling.
I'm not used to being the worst.
Hey, look to your left.
Wow.
It's cold and windy right now. We're still in the dark. End is not in sight, just looks up and up.
Oh, my fingers
Very
hurt
close.
so bad. Oh my god. I'm gonna lose my fingers.
That's it right there. You're almost there, babe. You got this. There's a packed summit right now. Everyone is up watching the sunrise that's about to happen.
After around 20 minutes on the summit, we started to head back down to base camp. The panoramic view as we started the descent was truly extraordinary, with the golden sunlight and earth below us.
We're getting a massage tomorrow. After visiting 60 countries around the world, I've realized that the most meaningful moments aren't always the easiest. The best experiences often require patience, resilience, and stepping outside your comfort zone. But those are the moments that stay with you, the ones that challenge, change you, and make you feel truly alive. I'm so glad I haven't had to poop yet this trip because I do not want to use the bathrooms here.